Sally Sitole, and as you can see, today we are at the UJ Art Gallery having fun, attending the African Hero Exhibition in collaboration with African National Comics and of course Afro Geek. I'm super excited to be meeting my fellow superheroes. As you can see, it is a family affair. People are having fun, people are jumping all around and flying all around. And listen, my superhero name is Super Sally, and I can't wait to show you my superpower. Until I Ladies and gentlemen, I'm with one of the reasons why we are here today. I'm with Pimelo, and I think I'm just going to let him tell us the crust of the story of why we are here today. Pimelo, how are you?
I'm good, and you? Thank you so much for this opportunity, first of all. We're here at the African Hero Exhibition to celebrate African heroism, and I am the co-founder of Rainbow Nation Comics and co-creator of the Young Nelson superhero franchise. And the idea behind Young Nelson was to take the qualities of Mr. Nelson Mandela and to place them into a younger individual who'd face the challenges we see today as a nation. So the character's real name is Thabo Afrika, but he gains the nickname Young Nelson when he volunteers at a local boxing gym. When people see his boxing skill, as well as the way he's able to lead and set an example, they bestow him with the nickname, which at first he doesn't like, but the more he performs acts of heroism is the more he takes on the name as a superhero alias and his boxing moniker. And I guess our vision as Rainbow Nation Comics is to reimagine our heroes within a contemporary pop culture context. Yeah.
But I think I need to take it back to where it began, right? Where did this all start? When did you see that you have a gift and you have like a talent when it comes to this?
Yeah, I think growing up, I was someone who was not addicted to the Dragon Ball Z's, but it caught my eye and it fascinated me. Pokemon, anime, coming back from school and seeing the cartoons really motivated me to think, what would a South African animated character look like, you know, larger than life, colorful across the screen, and always, you know, in anime and comic books, the characters are winning, they're overcoming obstacles. So I believe, you know, finishing at UJ in 2014, having studied communications, I realized, I think slowly but surely, that the energy around the country was very down, you know, and I realized, you know, in studying communications, the power of the word, you know, and so as I was writing a Young Nelson project, was a song originally, I started seeing the character coming to life, you know, and I think Black Panther was playing at that time, or there was like Black Panther's coming, and you know, that thing, this is around about 2018, and I think it was a combination of having been a writer or studied public relations and understanding pop culture from just observing the Boondocks. You know, I realized that there's an opportunity to kind of create a very South African aesthetic, you know. So I think it was a gradual process, almost kind of step by step, seeing how the Americans are doing it and imagining how could we reinterpret this artwork. Yeah.
I love that. So for the young people who are into comics, what message are you trying to relate to them?
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, storytelling is about inspiring people. It's about instilling morals and values that we want the next generation to espouse. And so I believe I want young people to be tenacious, to be hardworking, to believe that nothing is impossible if you put your mind to it and work hard towards it. And I think the beauty of this space is that it's a fledgling industry. You know, we don't have a Marvel, we don't have an Image, we don't have a DC. So this is a space where, you know, if you are willing to learn, if you're willing to apply yourself, you can, in the next couple of years, be the next Stan Lee, be the next, Todd McFarlane. You know, so yeah, I believe it's a message of hope, it's a message of self-belief, it's a message of determination, and saying that this is an industry that is growing, and believe that you can be a part of this. Yeah.
So I know this is going to be a difficult question to ask you, right?
Yeah.
But which one of these characters is your favorite? Stuart?
Wow, awesome. I think you're right, because you create all of them, you put your heart into every one. I think if I'm honest with myself, and in this moment in time, I relate with a character called The Face. And the backstory to him, he's basically the face of corruption in our story. And he's basically challenging our hero, Young Nelson, and saying, Nelson, you're just a public relations exercise, you know? And he kind of waits for Nelson to try and do good, and looks for his weaknesses and looks at the the selfish aspect of it and says, you're not doing this because you care about people, you care only about your reputation and your prestige. So I felt that, in a way, the face symbolizes the spirit of self-doubt. It symbolizes elements within ourselves that we sometimes don't want the world to see. So I think I relate with the character a lot more even than young Nelson, because nobody wants to play the villain. But I think as a story writer, you most likely will play the best villain because you've gone through the emotions. So I think the face is probably the most inspiring character for me to create. Yeah.
I like that a lot, but just looking at me at face value, right?
Yeah.
Which character would best suit me?
Actually, at face value, there's two characters. Either young Nelson has a partner who's like a tech genius, Evelyn, who's, when Nelson is going to fight, she does his tech suit. So I could see a very Evelyn-inspired look, a tech genius, always in the lab working. And then besides that, if you did martial arts, I don't know if you're somebody who did martial arts, there's a character called Mbogoto, who is a capoeira martial arts expert, and she uses martial arts to teach women self-defense. So she's really strong and realizes that her strength is not just for her; it's to empower the next generation. So I think those two women, for me, come across as very off-the-top inspirational characters that I think you could embody. Wow.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Evelyn, the superhero. Until I see you next time, goodbye. I must tell you that one thing I love about this exhibition is that two brothers are working together to make this magic. And I'm with one of the brothers, Umpile. He's an illustrator, but I think he's going to tell me more about what's happening, why we're here, how did he get to illustrating this, and how he added this color and how he made the match and all of that. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Thank you so much. I am inside a gallery. I'm seeing beautiful art. I'm surrounded by beautiful art. How did that come about?
It came about with an email from my brother to Dinieka and Rika and the UJ Art Gallery team. Honestly, this project found us in a time where we maybe were so busy that we could have done without it, but we dared to do it and people showed up for it. So it's a weird thing where you kind of doubted, should I go? And then you take the chance and people show up, and like that's been the out of the gist of today and the humbling thing. Honestly, like I can't thank you. Like the Afro Geek, for instance, we've been with him since so the Soweto. We were in Soweto last week, and he's with us again at this exhibition with other artists as well. So just that continued story, I think that's also been the interesting thing. It's been a team effort so far.
And your role with this, what is your role?
So my role has been just preparing the artwork and making sure that it's ready, that the brand looks good. I think this is the first time outside of Comic-Con we are at a gallery. This is our first gallery exhibition. So again, how maybe different performers practice differently for different audiences. We didn't know, the audience that we would need to prepare for. And again, they surprised us, so that's been the thing I can't stop repeating, just especially as this being our first step, it's just been very interesting to see. Thank you for that question. It's one I didn't think about.
So now I'm quite curious because I'm sure it must have not been easy for you to create this art and illustrate it and be where you are today. So what are some of the challenges that you had to overcome with your brother?
I think just zero budget, and you making sure you tick the thing off. So it could be a comic book, it could be starting a business, it could be anything. I think there are actionable steps you can take. I always say that there's an answer to everything. You just kind of have to figure it out. So even for us, we are trying to be in the same conversations as the Marvels, and it seems like a long shot, but if you've done the homework, you kind of see how in time you can become part of that conversation, so yeah.
Organic and everything. Listen, before I let you go, I want us to do something, one of my favorite things to do, right? So I want us to say hashtag UJTV together, to camera.
You're going to say hashtag?
UJTV together.
Okay, I got you.
Okay, you got me?
Yeah.
Okay, so in 3, 2, 1, hashtag UJTV. Woo! I'm with Hope, and of course, as you can tell, one thing that literally grabbed my attention to him was because of his hoodie. I mean, you're such a comic fan.
Yeah, it's a passion of mine because ever since I started reading manga and comic, it was something that I want to join in the culture. And for me, coming here, it was part of research because I also want to start my own story. So it was very inspirational for me to come here and meet the other artists because I was worried that South Africa is not producing anything. So I was like, if there's Comic-Con Africa, surely there are artists locally. So here, UJ Art Gallery, I got to meet the guys, Young Nelson, Captain South Africa. It's been a good experience for me. Yeah.
So what do you do for a living? I'm quite curious. Do you collect this for a living or what?
So yes, I do collect these. But I'm also a student for nursing, for a nursing diploma. So I got the time today. So I met other people who are also passionate. So yeah, this is a thing. I'm collecting these. And I'm not going to stop until, if the finances say so.
You fill the whole wardrobe?
The whole wardrobe with hoodies. Because this is a passion, like I said. Yeah.
Now that we're here at the art gallery, what would you say sparked your interest here?
So what I've seen so far is that all of these characters that I've seen, they are representing Africa so well. The colors, whether it's Captain South Africa with the South African flag, Young Nelson commemorating Nelson Mandela, or Shaka representing the Zulu culture. So for me, everything here, the color, the designs, I mean, these guys are skilled, man. I'm asking myself, can I make it or what? So yeah, all of this. All the posters, I even bought some comic books from them, so it's really exciting to see that we have local artists here pushing and making South Africa putting a spotlight on our country because it's so oversaturated with Marvel and DC stories. So for now, at least there's original African content, and I'm happy that I'm also going to be contributing into that. Yeah. Yes.
A lot. Okay. Before I'm gonna let you go, we're just gonna do a little something together, right? We're gonna say hashtag UJTV together. Are you ready? Yeah. Okay. You're gonna have to give it a comic energy, okay? All right.
Comic energy. Okay,
comic energy. All right. All right. So in 3, 2, 1.
Hashtag UJTV.
The University of Johannesburg. The future reimagined.